Hello, YouTube. The Perm region is located in the east of the East European Plain and the western slope of the Middle Ural Mountains. In the Perm region, near the village of Arda, there's a popular tourist attraction, a cave with a length of more than 4,000 meters. Ardinskaya cave was discovered during the times of the Soviet Union and still attracts researchers from all over the world. For extreme travelers, so to say, and divers, visiting this place is considered to be a great success. Ardinskaya cave is a huge underground reservoir that actually holds many mysteries and fascinating secrets. There are legends that the cave has its own mistress too. Currently, the Ardinskaya cave is known primarily for its unique beauty, most of which is underwater. It is located inside the Kazakovskaya mountain on the bank of the Kungur River. On the mountain itself, you can find several large sinkholes, one of which serves as the entrance to the cave. The cave was formed from gypsum and anhydrite of the Permian period and was originally named Kazakovskaya, but in the 1990s it was named Ardinskaya after the nearby settlement. The first researcher who visited the cave under recommendation of local residents was Soviet geologist Georgy Maximovich in 1969. Pavel Yermakov, a local resident, told about his experience of visiting the cave. It's very interesting. It happened one winter day in 1972. When I was skiing down the mountain, we heard a noise and felt the earth shaking. After that, a column of steam rose up. We decided to approach, but due to poor visibility, we could not approach. We returned in the summer with torches and lanterns and passed 3 grottos. It was very cold there. We spoke in whispers so as not to cause the stones and rocks to collapse and block our path. We saw 2 lakes with very clear, transparent cold water. After that, we didn't go down anymore. Speleologists, or cave explorers, Igor Lavrov and Andrei Samovolnikov studied and mapped the part of the cave that was not affected by water 20 years later. They mapped the first 300 meters of the dry part of the cave, which struck them with its size. It became clear that the main discoveries are still ahead, and they will be associated with diving. The entrance to the Ardinsky cave is about 5 meters wide and 2 meters high. You can go down there by a special staircase. The main galleries of the cave are named after the cities from which the scientists came. So they're Moscow, Chelyabinsk, Krasnoyarsk, and Sverdlovsk passages. The cave begins with the Crystal Grotto, in which the ice lake is located. This is followed by a grotto called the Ice Palace, and with it the main and warm lakes. It is through these lakes that you can get to the most mysterious underwater part of the Ardinsky cave. The first underwater exploration of the Ardinsky cave began in 1994. The beginning of the dives was done by speleologist scuba diver Viktor Komarov, who came to the Perm region from Ryazan. Initially, the main purpose of his trip was to explore another cave called Parallel, but the passage in it turned out to be too narrow, and plans had to be changed. There was still air in the cylinders for diving underwater, and Komarov decided to try his luck in the Ardinsky cave. Here, too, he had to face sudden difficulties. The lake, which the cave was counting on, so to say, turned out to be frozen. A notch was made through a layer of ice half a meter thick. When the dive did take place, Komarov found out that there was definitely an extended underwater part in the cave. He himself has so far been able to study only the first 100 meters. In the summer of 1996, Pyotr Minenkov, a caver from Krasnoyarsk, explored the next 250 meters of underwater passages. Behind the first 75-meter-long siphon, he discovered a large dry grotto, later called the dry hole, with a diameter of 50 and a height up to 10 meters. Since then, the fame of the unusual cave began to spread throughout the country. The most desperate, so to say, divers went to see for themselves its existence. And in 1997, the first all-Russian speleological underwater expedition was organized. As a result, the length of the Ardinsky cave grew to 1,250 meters, but this figure turned out to be more than modest when compared to the real situation. Speleo divers continue to study until now and do not exclude that new discoveries may be waiting for them. Currently, the length of the examined passages of the Ardinsky cave is 4,600 meters, and the dry part still occupies only 300 meters of them, and the rest is underwater. The water cavities of the cave are not lifeless. Small crustaceans live in transparent, clean, and cold lakes. Speleologists are sure that the caves themselves can be alive. They are free to let people in or not, destroy their equipment, and severely punish them for mistakes. According to legends, the mistress of the Ardinsky cave lives in the hall of the May Passage. She doesn't like the presence of strangers and can arrange various tests for guests. New secrets are revealed to those who will withstand them with honor, because mistress is especially supportive of the brave people. The young lady you see in the photo, she's not the mistress, but she played the part for a small movie, Natasha Ovseyenko. I believe she was a champion of the free diving in Russia. I think there is more to that cave, and being in the Ural Mountains, how could it not be? And I'll keep an eye on it. I've been wanting to tell you more about Russia's caves. I have told you, I think, in a few videos quite enough, but there is more. And of course, not only Russia, but areas in Central Asia and Eurasia in general. Very interesting. In Eastern Europe, there's quite a lot to talk about. So please stay tuned for more of my videos on this subject. In my youth, I've been to a few caves in Ukraine, and then I've seen a few things in Africa, southern part of Africa, and of course in Mexico. So there are stories I want to tell you. If you can support my research, please do so. You will find links in the description to this video. Please tell others about my channel. Thank you very much for your attention to my work.